Hi guys, I'm back with another video. A woman burned, beat, and tortured a toddler. Let's get into it. A Lancaster woman will serve up to 16 years in prison for burning and beating a toddler, making a video recording of some of the abuse. First of all, they said up to 16 years. Why is she only serving 16 years? And they said up to, so she might get less than 16 years. She burned, beat, and tortured a child, and she gets up to 16 years? She should have more than 16 years, not up to meaning less than possibly. But anyway, Lancaster County Judge Jeffrey Wright called the acts of 20-year-old Kamika Bowman as terrible as anything I've seen during a career on the bench. The abuse included the girl being bound and gagged while being beaten, according to testimony. Bowman also inflicted third-degree burns on the 2-year-old girl's face and body, allowing the girl to suffer for days before seeking medical attention. So they sit here and say up to 16 years, but she bound the girl, gagged the girl, and beat the girl, and then she inflicted third-degree burns on a 2-year-old's face and body. But up to 16 years? Really? District Attorney Karen Mansfield provided Judge Wright with a disc that includes photos of the injuries and a video recording Bowman made of one of the beatings and sent it to a relative. So she's taking videos, making videos of her beating the child. The ADA of Mansfield says she's laughing about it. You can see it. She's torturing the child. It's clear she never cared about this child. Only a monster could do these things. So Judge Wright jailed Bowman for 7 to 16 years, saying that anyone who questioned the need for long-term incarceration need only see the contents of the video to grasp the seriousness of the crimes involved. Really, 7 to 16 years. I just still can't get past the 7 to 16 years. Like, she bound this child. She burned this child. She took videos of what she was doing to this child, and she's only getting 7 to 16 years. Like, even if you didn't want to put her in prison that long, you need to put her somewhere because she has some stuff going on. She needs to see somebody, something to put this little girl through this. And then as the little girl is getting older, 7 to 16 years, she's gonna know this happened, and to know this lady, she only, she only got 7 to 16 years for doing this stuff to me. So the disc is an exhibit in the case, but is sealed from public inspection due to the graphic content and age of the victim. And the judge said the only way the disc can be seen is if they do a post-conviction motion. They have to file that. That's the only way it can be seen. Bowman previously pleaded guilty in no contest to felony counts of aggravated assault of a child, endangering the welfare of a child, and related charges. I'm going to say that when they clearly got the tape of the disc or whatever they want to call it, showing that you did this stuff to the girl, but you're going to say no contest to felony counts of aggravated assault to a child and endangering the welfare of a child and related charges. Clearly you did. So Bowman is related to the victim, but not the victim's mom. The girl was placed under Bowman's care because the mother was working a lot and could not provide stable housing at the time. So I know the mom is like really feeling some kind of way. I let this relative take care of my child, and she over here harming my child, about to kill my child, and I'm over here working, can't really take care of her because I'm always working. So I know she feeling some kind of way. Child is now with her mother, was nearly dead by the time she received medical treatment. AD said, what she did to the kid is unimaginable and despicable, but the child's injuries is not yet known. So after Bowman burned the child, she looked up how to treat burns. Bowman kept the child's parents from seeing her at that point. When Bowman took the child along shopping, the child was covered in blankets to seal the injuries. So she's walking around with this child. did all this stuff to this child. This child is constantly suffering every minute of the day when she's not calling anybody to help this child. So she's walking around going shopping with this child with these injuries like this. Just don't care. Got her covered up in blankets. She's probably in so much pain. And she's probably telling her to be quiet if she makes any noise about being in pain. And then her parents aren't able to see her either. In court, Bowman apologizes, says it's a huge mistake. She says she's been on drugs and alcohol since she was 13. Since she was 13. So I'm wondering, like, okay, she's been drinking and on drugs since she was 13. And the mom gave her child to this person. You didn't know she was on drugs and on alcohol since 13, but you gave your child to this woman. So judge questioned Bowman's remorse, saying she pleaded no contest to certain charges, even though there is video evidence of the crimes. That's what I was saying. How you gonna plead no contest when it's clearly a video? So it's clearly you did this. So Bowman deflected and denied responsibility, saying she didn't do it. Okay, so y'all, let's talk about this for a minute. First of all, the mom gives this girl her child because she's working so much. She can't take care of the child. So I guess she feel like, I'm going to give her a better life, give her to a relative. But you give her to a relative that claims she's been on drugs and has been drinking since she was 13 years old. Clearly, you had to see that she was on drugs and an alcoholic. You had to see that. Even if you didn't just know that, seeing her, you had to know that something was up if that's the case. But you still gave your child to this girl. And the stuff she did to this little girl, and they only giving her 7 to 16 years in prison. This little girl got to grow up with this, knowing she almost died, knowing this girl burned her, gagged her, and did all this, beat her, bound her, did all this stuff to her, and knowing that her mom gave her to her, gave her up to her to keep her, to watch her. And then she's going to hear, wait a minute, this lady was a drunk, she was an alcoholic, she was on drugs and all of this, and my mom gave me to her. Why did my mom? She's going to start looking at her mom, questioning her mom. I'm surprised they even gave the mom the child back. Like, okay, this girl been on drugs. She been drinking and stuff all this time since she was 13. But you gave your child up to this girl. I would be questioning the mom too. Really, I know people have things to do and they feel like, oh, I'm gonna give my child up to, a better situation. I can see my child when I want to, and this and that other. It should have been a question in your mind when she didn't allow you to see your child. If you were supposed to go see your child at a certain time, you're supposed to see your child, and she wasn't even allowing you to see your child, you should have thought then, what in the world is going on? This is my child. How you gonna tell me I can't see my child? Like, I didn't completely give my child up to you. I have a right to see my child, and you're not letting me see it. Something must be going on. I got to definitely go see my child. Even though I got to take the police or take somebody with me to go see my child. It's just heartbreaking. I had to tell this story. I had to, tell about this because this is crazy. My thing with this is sometimes the people that are closest to you, be the ones that will harm you. And in this case, this is a relative of hers, and she did this to this child. You have to protect your kids. You have to watch your kids, make sure your kids are okay. She should have been over there checking on that child when she said she couldn't see her, or however she said it. She should have been checking on that child. So y'all keep your kids close. My kids get mad because we don't allow them to go nowhere like that. We don't allow the kids to go to other kids' houses. We're like, oh, they can come over here, because I'm not letting my kids out of my sight to be just going over everybody's house. Because in this case, she couldn't even trust her own family member, let alone letting her go somewhere else. So y'all keep your kids close and kind of tell them stuff sometimes. You don't want to tell them all the little crazy details like what happened here, but you want to let them know how serious it is. Sometimes you want to come out and tell them some of the stuff that's going on, so that way they will realize, dang, this stuff can happen in your family. Just think about what can happen if I go somewhere and that's not family. So y'all just watch your kids. That's all I got to say about that. Y'all comment down below how y'all feel about this. Do y'all feel like she should have got more time than 7 to 16 years? Like, that's all she got? She should have got more time than that, I feel like. I mean, Everybody got their own opinion, how they feel about stuff, and you know, all of that. And then again, like you say, it might be something going on with her. She was on drugs and stuff, but still being on drugs is no excuse for, you know, this has been done to this child. But anyway, y'all comment down below. Give me a thumbs up on my video. Subscribe to my channel if you hadn't already. Subscribe to my other channel if you hadn't already. Make sure you check me out on social media, and make sure you check out my shop. Make sure you click that bell for notification of my videos. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, be blessed. Check out my IGT page.
Anyway, enough of that stuff.